Welcome to Adjust Your Mirrors, the #1 empowerment podcast show on the planet. Are you in need of motivation? Are you ready to take your personal and professional life to the next level? Then you've come to the right place. Adjust Your Mirrors. This is the podcast that's devoted to helping you see more clearly by making small adjustments. And now, here's your host, Reginald C. Allen.
Hey. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Adjust Your Mirrors. I am your host, Reginald C. Allen. Just thanking all of you again. Yes, we're here. The dream team is here. Family, we're back. As we always say, no time to play. Let's get right into the message today. Family, let me ask you a question. When are we going to become the president of our life? Now, we all know we just had this presidential election. Some people were in favor, some people weren't in favor, whatever, there was confusion, whatever your political views are, that's for you. It's not for me. And if we believe the same, that's fine. If we don't believe the same, that's fine. But one thing I know we must do is become the president of our own life. What does becoming the CEO of your life look like? Let me ask you that particular question again. When you think about becoming the CEO, becoming what God has created you to be, what does that look like? Unfortunately, some of us will never know what becoming the CEO of our life looks like because we're afraid to lose. We are afraid to fail. We have these dreams. We have these goals. We have these different things that we want to accomplish, but we never move in that direction because we're afraid to lose. You know what? Nelson Mandela said, I never lose. I either win or learn. Now, I know there's a couple of motivational speakers that are going around and saying that, they're trying to make it seem as if they created that. But no, Nelson Mandela said, I don't care what the situation is. I never really lose because even if it seems like I lose, I'm going to learn from this particular mistake or this particular setback. And I want us to get into a place where we understand the only failure in life is not trying at all. At some point, if we're going to become the CEO, if we're going to experience all the things that God wants us to experience, we have to not be afraid of losing, of failing. That's all part of the process. As I told you last week, you can't be up on the mountaintop all the time. We were never created to stay emotionally high all the time. There's a balance. There's ups and there's downs. And when we get knocked down, we can learn from those mistakes or we can learn from that experience. So how do we become the president of our own life? I'm glad you asked. Number one, if we are going to become the president of our own life, we must first determine who becomes the president of us. Who is the president of you? In other words, who's driving you or what's driving you? Who or what are you allowing to drive you? See, because some of us are allowing our past mistakes to drive us. Now, look, let me bring some balance. If you are like me, who made a whole mess back in the past, you don't allow that to determine who you can be today. You can allow that to inspire you, right? So it can drive you in a position of being positive and motivational, but you don't allow that to determine where you can go in life. Because the mistakes of the past, they're back there. You can't allow those mistakes to become the president of your life. And we see it every single day on our job. Someone who's stuck in time, who's stuck in the season, and they will not allow themselves to be forgiven because of some things that they've done in the past. Oh, well, I would really try to go after that goal, but I've been divorced 4 times. Okay, so what? Move on. Or, people call me this and they say this about me. That's okay. Move on. You have the right to move forward in life. I don't care what you've done. Don't believe the hype. Whatever you've done in life, it's in the past. Move forward. And then we need to determine what you need to start saying yes or no to. Because if you don't, you will be a very, very confused individual. What do I mean? Life will keep you busy, but not productive. If you don't decide what to spend time on, you're going to be mad busy, extremely busy. Yeah, you're doing this and I'm doing that and I'm doing this, but you're not productive. I used to work with this guy years ago. I should call his name out because I know he's not listening to my podcast. But anyway, I worked with this guy years ago and he was always busy here, helping this person, doing that, doing this. And then at the end of the day, he never accomplished his job. He never accomplished what he was supposed to do because he was all over the place trying to help everyone else. No, family, you cannot allow people to pull on you in every single direction. Because what happens is busy people give power to things that stall their progress. This dude was unproductive because he was so busy. And then at the end of the day, he had to give an account as to why he didn't accomplish his goal for that day. You know, and people don't want to hear, oh, well, you know, I was doing this and I was, no. You have an assignment. Why haven't you accomplished that assignment? So you got to know when to say yes and when to say no. But on the flip side, let me ask you this, family. Are we saying no when we should be saying yes? Because there are some opportunities that are going to come and you should be saying yes to these particular opportunities because it allows you to seize the opportunity, to seize the moment. You're saying yes to all the wrong things. You're being pulled in directions where you shouldn't be, but the very thing that you should say yes to, you say no. Family, in order for us to make our vision a reality, write this down. We must determine what we need to start saying yes or no to. And sometimes saying no will hurt other people's feelings, but that's okay. Now, you don't have to be like, no, I'm not telling you to be disrespectful, but you need to know when to say no. And if that particular person doesn't understand that, then that's on them. It's not on you. You have a goal. You have an assignment. We have purpose that we have to accomplish. And when it's all said and done, we're not going to be faced with, well, I saw that you helped this person and I saw that you did that and I saw that you did this. Oh, wow, great job. No. What did you do? Did you complete your assignment? And that's what it boils down to, family. And completing that assignment, this is going to be the last point. You got to live your truth. I'm not saying to live your truth and to never change. No, that's a problem as well. Again, life is all about balance. I'm not telling you, hey, this is my truth. I'm never going to change. Nah, you should change. You should develop. We should all evolve. Okay. But in that, don't live your life as one who's overly concerned with others' views concerning you. You have to live your truth. See, there's a scripture, there's a passage that says, let your light shine before men that they may see your good works. You don't allow someone else's light to shine, right? There used to be an old, you don't perpetrate the fraud. You don't fake, man, to try to be something that you're really not. You got to let your light shine. Why? So they can see your good works. When they see you, they can say, yeah, I see that. Versus them saying, man, look at this guy trying to be someone else. Again, family, it's all about balance. I'm not telling us to not evolve, not develop, because when you do evolve and when you do develop, your life will change. But that process has to come from a pure place, not you trying to impress someone else. Did you catch that? Okay. So let your light shine. And, we see it on Facebook all the time. We see it on Instagram all the time. I could count out all the people. I'm like, man, look, what's wrong with this guy, man? Just be you, brother. See, I'm a very complex individual, and that's okay. I've learned to accept who God created me to be. Well, what do you mean? I can go to any local, quote unquote, neighborhood and kick it with anybody in the hood. All right, because that's a part of who I am. But yet you can put me in any boardroom and I can still keep up. But that's who I am. So it's not that I'm trying to be no, that's who I am. and I'm comfortable being who I am. And this is why some of my people who may still be in the neighborhood, they respect who I am. And I respect them. I was never one who left, got my degree, and said, oh, I'm so much better than you people. Oh, you peasants. No, that's not who I am. Now, there are some people out there like that. But what I'm saying, family, let's begin to live our truth. If people don't like it, it's okay. Because your truth, everyone's not going to like. But that's okay. You have to live your truth. Now, I'm not saying that your truth should be disrespectful, offensive, demeaning. No, I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is you have to let your light shine so that people can see your works. They can't look at you and then think of someone else like, oh, he's trying to be. No. Let your star shine. Okay? You don't have to dim who you are to reach people at their particular level. No, don't conform or keep quiet just to make other people happy. Nah, because this is what I'm learning, family. Whether you like the personality of a person who's successful, most successful people are those who live their authentic self. You don't have to like them. You don't like their personality. You don't like the way that they do business. But most successful people are truly their authentic self. Most. Okay? They don't try to pretend to be anyone else other than themselves. So family, look, it's time for us to become the president of our life. It's time for us to become the CEO. What does that CEO lifestyle look like to you? You got to determine who's the president of your life, what's driving you. You're not going to allow mistakes and things of the past to define you. You got to determine when to say yes, when to say no, and you can't worry about people's feelings when you say no. All right? I mean, there's been a lot of opportunities to come to me, and I'm like, nah, that's not it, bruh. Oh, well, man, I think you would be good at that. Well, that's good that you would think that, but I know that that's not what I'm supposed to be doing. Thanks for the opportunity. No. But then there's been some opportunities to come to me, and I said no. And I should have said yes. So we got to determine, family, we got to make the right decisions, okay? And then we got to live our truth. I'm going to live my truth, man. I'm going to live my truth, baby, as you should too, okay? So with that being said, family, until next time, be empowered.
Thank you for listening to the Adjust Your Mirrors podcast with Reginald C. Allen. Be sure to visit the Adjust Your Mirrors private Facebook group, and don't forget to follow Reginald on Twitter at Reginald C. Allen. Please remember, when you're listening on iTunes, leave us a 5-star rating review. Until next time, be empowered.